Back 10 minutes after 8 o'clock, and a wonderful play here in Charlotte that you do not want to miss. It's called Vincent. It's about Vincent van Gogh. And what many of you may not realize is that Leonard Nimoy, the late actor, who was also an author, poet, photographer, wrote this. He's the author of it, and he performed in it himself for a while, and now other actors, of course, are performing in it. And Jim Briggs, who is the artistic director with the Starry Night Theater, which is based out of Massachusetts, and he's glad he's here out of the snow, with us today to tell us about this. Jim, welcome. We're so delighted to have you with us here this morning.
Thank you, John. It's great to be here.
Tell us a little bit about Vincent. It's the story of Vincent van Gogh, but it's told by his brother Theo at first, but then Vincent van Gogh himself appears in the... Tell us a little bit about it.
That's correct. Well, it's a one-man play, and I play Theo van Gogh for most of the play. Theo is here to tell the audience about his brother. When Vincent died, Theo was so distraught he literally couldn't speak at the funeral for Vincent. And historically, this actually happened. About a week after Vincent's death, Theo gathered friends and colleagues together to say the things he needed to say about his brother, to convince the audience that his brother was not just a crazy madman who cut off his own ear, but that he was a man full of passion and love who was dedicated to doing something great for mankind. And so there are times when Theo's remembrances morph into becoming Vincent as well. So we get glimpses of Vincent.
What do you think is the most compelling aspect of this one-man play?
I think what audiences really take away from this play is a much deeper understanding of who Vincent was. I'm constantly hearing from audience members, wow, I had no idea, first of all, he even had a brother. And what he went through as a man, his mental illness, and what that did to him over time, and how it affected his life, and how he had to struggle just to be present enough to paint.
And we revere Vincent van Gogh these days for the wonderful work that he did, but during his lifetime, how was he looked upon?
That's correct. He was, his critics labeled his work madness, and he only sold one painting in his lifetime. Frankly, critics didn't think much of his work, nor did his peers, and it was really much later in his life, and it was Theo's wife who actually gathered up his paintings and drawings and the letters between the brothers, and that's who we have to thank for them being around for us today.
Oh, there is just so much to come from this because of the struggles that he had, and I just think it's just a wonderful story that everyone ought to hear about, because we think of him, you know, as this wonderful painter, but during his time, and there will be visuals during this as well.
That's correct. One of the real treats of this play is we have a large projection screen showing Van Gogh's artwork throughout the entire performance. It starts with some of his earliest sketches, and it shows the work through his entire life up to the point of his death. So we see early sketches, we see some of his what's known as the potato eaters period, and then some of his most famous paintings as well. Over 100 of his artworks are shown.
Jim Briggs, thank you so much. We're looking forward to it. It's at the Blumenthal Performing Arts Center, a wonderful venue for something like this. It's intimate. It's just wonderful.
Right.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much,
All right,
Jim.
thank you, John.
And stay with us. 14 minutes after 8 o'clock, and we'll be right back.